Hey guys, welcome to LG Overdrive. This is episode 6. I am the host, The Young Buck. With us today, we have Bristol Lion.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to the show after a couple week hiatus.
Yes, sir.
Also with us, we have Dudley Durant.
Hey, Yaku, how's it going, everybody?
Nice hands up there. And last but not least, we have Notorious Matt.
4.
I like the putter there. Is there a meaning behind that putter?
No, there's no meaning behind that putter. Well, yes, there is some meaning behind that putter.
So maybe we can talk
We
about
don't need
that.
to talk about it.
Let's talk about it in a little bit.
Okay.
But we're going to kick off this week early and quick. We're going to send it to Notorious. He's going to do his Life in the Cage segment here.
Life in the Cage. Back again. Week number 7. Like we always do, we got studs, duds, and cockhammer. Everyone loves the cockhammer. We'll save that for the end, though. So let's start off with the stud. This week we had plenty of great choices. There was lots of guys with some pretty good stats. We see the usual guys in there every week. You know, the Sedin X33s, the Scopes X20, Grandpa Puff. I don't want to talk about those guys, though. They get enough airtime already between us and Access, and they certainly are not afraid to talk about themselves in the chat box. So we're just going to not talk about them today, and I'm going to talk about someone else who probably hasn't got enough recognition this year. A guy I feel that probably deserves it, and he's had some real solid numbers this week, and that is Lazy Kids in GA with San Diego. He had a 5-0-1 week. Went, as I said, 5-0-1, had an 85.3 save percent and a 1.62 goals against average, which is pretty darn good on a team that I think a lot of people were picking to finish near the bottom. No problem. We got that covered for you there, San Diego. We'll take the bottom. But they're doing really good things over there with all their CHL guys, so good for them. He collected wins over Colorado, Dallas, Stockton in overtime. That's a big win. And Rockford in overtime. Solitary loss came against the San Jose Barracuda, again in overtime. So definitely Lazy was putting in the overtime this week. Certainly going to have a nice fat paycheck after this one. So good for him.
I don't think he gets a paycheck. He's the manager.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So that's it for the studs this week. Moving on to our dud for this week. Excuse me. Getting a mention here in the duds is kind of like being a door handle. Eventually, everybody's going to get a turn. So this week, the nasty door handle of the Walmart men's room is going to be Captain Turtle, unfortunately. He's my teammate. He's my buddy. He's my pal. And he's been having a really good season, but this was not a great week for him. Sorry, Dudley. Are you looking at me in disapproval?
Oh, man.
We only got 2 weeks left. Everyone's going to get in here.
It's like you're taking the knife and stabbing it in the wound, and you're just
Hey,
putting it in there.
Turtle knows it's all love, okay? Turtle's a good dude. He's a good dude. So he's my boy. It's hard to toss him under the bus, but
Well, you're not tossing him under the bus. You're shoving him under the bus.
well, whatever I'm doing. There's a bus involved. He's under it. People are getting killed. So it's my responsibility, though, as a media guy, to be, objective. And certainly I object this week to these stats. 0-4 and 68.8 on the save percent and a 5.00 goals against average. Not great, but it's not his fault completely because it's Tucson. And what more do I need to say? Moving on to everybody's favorite, the cockhammer this week.
Here we go.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned this year, it's that if you need a player to have his package punished here on the cockhammer, you just look no further than Charlotte. So because those guys love getting their cocks hammered. I'm telling you, they line up, they knock on my door like, "Hey, crush my cock." So this week we're talking about It's Just Dugan. It's Just Dugan went 0-5. 68.6 save percent and a 6.42 goals against average. On any other team, this would be a reason to release a player. But in Charlotte, where having double-digit losing streaks happen twice in a season, this ain't no big deal. It's just par for the course here in Charlotte.
I think it's also considered standing on your head in Charlotte.
You know what? Everyone gets an opportunity in Charlotte to demonstrate their skills. I think they've gone through 6 goalies now in Charlotte. So they've had some guys with opportunity there. So it's not been a good season for them. Again, I don't want to shit on them too hard because we're right behind them. But yeah, congratulations, and we'll be back next week with another Life in the Cage.
So who's got your paper bag? Is it Dugan?
No, that this week is Mr. Captain Turtle. Made it onto the bag. If you can see it there, there he is.
goodness
Shine
gracious.
forever.
It's like the project of a 1-year-old.
Listen, I'm gonna put sparkles on this. There's gonna be glue and sparkles, and I might glue some macaroni on the back. Cause my mom's so proud.
Boy.
Christmas is coming.
Wow.
I think it's not just this week that Dugan's having a cockhammer week. He's having a cockhammer season. I'm looking up his stats right now. He's 118-2, and he's got a 70.4 save percentage and a 5.7 GA.
Well, let's all just keep in mind that Buck mentioned that, not me. So send your
Rubbing salt in the wound.
just for the record, Captain Turtle. It was also Buck's idea to put you in the duds. That was all his idea.
Oh, totally. Right.
Yeah, he was texting me all week. He says, "Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it."
And
As
just for
long
the
as it's
record,
not
just
me.
for the record, Turtle, you're my homeboy.
I love Turtle.
No, you don't.
He's the greatest partner I've ever had. Honest to God, the greatest partner I've ever had in LG, CHL, AHL, anything. Best partner I've ever had.
Well, apparently you're gonna make some people cry with that statement then. So
So that's what I'm here for. I like to make emotions.
Dudley and Notorious making people cry since season 28.
Just players on our team. They're the ones who are crying right now.
All right, now we're gonna send it over to Dudley, who's got his infamous top 10.
Oh gosh. Okay. Good spot. Okay. All right. So thanks.
You're welcome.
It's like I'm high, but I'm not. Okay. So seeing as how the All-Star game had just passed, this last Thursday, the All-Star game happened. So
Are you sure?
no, Torres, you tell me otherwise.
We had to tell you already.
Okay. So I was thinking of things that could have happened at the All-Star games on Thursday. So this is top 10 things that could have happened at Thursday's All-Star games. Here we go. Number 10. Number 10. Fourth line worthy proves his gamertag right, proceeds to pull a Tucson and have nothing go his way.
That was accurate.
Number 9. If he was used, Darcy Kemper would have played the game sober, won all the awards, and never do it again. Never does it sober again. Oh, okay. Number 8. Number 8. If Dan Hutton got a hat trick, he would have gotten banned.
Yep.
Number 7. Notorious Fat. Oh wait, he wasn't in it. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Number 6, I'm just a squid would have scored an Ovech trick, then reveals he's an actual squid behind the controller. He's been telling us his identity the whole time. Number 5, Dudley Do-Right will participate in the All-Star game by tuning into the stream. Number 4, Brody would have stepped onto the ice and demanded everyone pass him the puck or sight bans would have been issued. Number 3, Buck had a dream last night that he made a save in the All-Star game. Oh, how cute. Number 2, Risto would have been selected, but there's an open bar in the lobby, over 21 admitted only.
Oh, hurts. It hurts.
And the number 1 thing that could have happened at the All-Star game. Jeez, I didn't know I wasn't part of it.
Oh.
And I'm honored to get a number 2 there. That's pretty nice.
Well, you have been mentioned on these lists before, Risto. It's just
You're
that
number 2.
nobody pays attention to me.
2.
Yeah.
Nobody pays
Alright.
attention to me to the point where some people don't even think I'm running Tucson, which actually I'll take as a vote of confidence.
You're running Manitoba, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm Manitoba, yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of the All-Star game, now that Dudley brought that up, I'm going to give us a little recap, actually, what happened on Thursday. So Thursday we had the first game between the Central and the Pacific go head-to-head. Very low-scoring games, all 3 of them. Pacific took that game 2-0, as Dudley said. Fourth line couldn't get anything going for him, but fourth line actually wasn't playing that game, and he had to make a couple of roster switches like last minute because some defensemen couldn't make it. So he had 2 new defensemen playing. So Grandpa Puff got the shutout in the first game. It was a complete domination though by the Pacific. Central couldn't get anything like started.
Sounds a lot like suspect coaching, Buck.
And then we saw the 9:45 game feature the Eastern North versus the Eastern Atlantic. We thought this game would be heavily one-sided towards East North because they had the RG Breezy, Lorenzo lineup, but it was fairly, again, very close game. Actually went into overtime. My streaming partner, Zaka, Ottawa's owner, both made predictions saying that North would win. I actually said that North would win 3-2 in overtime. Actually, turns out that the Atlantic won 3-2 in overtime. Dan Hutton scoring the game-winning goal in OT. Off a really, really, really bad bounce. So I actually had the chance to commentate on the first two games. I was watching the streams and streaming and commentating with Zaka, and it was just absolutely terrible. My commentating skills were brutal. There was like dead air at points. The stream was like very, very choppy.
Are you saying that it may have been AIDS?
No, that's not my segment. That's Risto's. We'll get to that later.
Well, Risto, start your writing because there may have been some AIDS involved.
Oh, I got it ready. I got all the material.
Yeah, no. So it was really, really choppy. I had a blast doing it. It was just really awkward because mid-second game, Zaka's phone booted him out and like rebooted itself. So I was alone for like the second half of the second game. And it was just at that point it was awkward. There was things going on my phone that was distracting me with Overdrive stuff. So that went.
You did the best you could, Buck, with what was you were up against. A bad choppy stream, somewhat non-existent partner, and and not really having done commentary before.
Well, yeah, that's
did the best you could.
I went out and I messaged like Bryson and his guys. I'm like, Bryson, you do commentary all the time. Like, can you give me any tips if you guys can actually do it? That'd be sweet. Like, just co-join the two teams, get some media focus for Access and Overdrive at the same time. I asked a couple of our guys. I asked around the league. I got Zaka and Cav. Cav didn't show up, and Zaka like dipped mid-second game, like I said, because his phone rebooted on him. So I did do my best. And then I decided not to commentate on the finals, so that way there was a clear live stream and that people could watch it at full speed and actually enjoy it, since it was the finals. That was the Atlantic versus the Pacific. Again, the Pacific absolutely just dominated the entire game. I think the time on attack was like 12 to 3. 12 minutes to 3 minutes. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. And Pacific took that one 3-1. Dan Hutton scored the only goal again for the Atlantic. He scored 2 of the 4 goals that he actually scored in the entire thing. So he came close to your hat trick, Deadly. He would have gotten banned if he scored one more, but I think he didn't want to get banned. That's why he didn't score another goal.
The writing was on the wall.
Probably.
Writing was on the wall.
He knew.
Oh, got a couple more weeks left here.
He knew. He's trying to save his reputation. So, Dan, I know you know.
We do believe that he tried to orchestrate a deal with the goalie in the first game to let him score that goal, so that way he could advance. Because we all know Dan Hutton likes to orchestrate his own little deals there. So
side deals.
Yeah, all his little deals there.
Wink.
But overall, the All-Star game went really well. Besides fourth line having a little bit of issues with his roster at an hour before the game because his defenseman couldn't show up anymore to play in it because they were nominated and picked. They all showed up. They all played all their games. So that was nice, and not being able myself to have to worry about running it, and they had GMs to actually do that. That was a lot better, and people did seem to like the idea that there's 2 awards this year. They get their nomination awards, so the players who did deserve recognition and will get the reward, and then the players who actually played in the game will get a separate award as well. So I know, Notorious, you checked out the stream very briefly. You can attest to what I was saying about how choppy it was and all that.
Oh yeah, it was unwatchable. It was. I tuned in for about maybe 6 or 7 minutes of the game, and the stream was just so choppy. I was just like, I can't do this and feel good about it, and then like I said, the commentary, although you guys were trying, it was, you're not used to doing it, so there wasn't much coming out of you, and Zach was non-existent. So it was just like, I'm not going to do this. So It's not against anything against the guys playing or you guys for doing your best.
Yeah.
It was really it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
See, can I let me interject here real quick?
No, Dudley, we're moving on. Thank you.
Shut up. All right. The thing about commentary, because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've done play-by-play before, so. So no, but what you guys did, it was a yeoman's effort. Honestly, it was a very good attempt at trying to provide media to the website, because commentary is not easy. It's not because when it comes to commentary, I'm sure you guys did your homework and everything, but when you're in the heat of the moment, it's not the easiest thing. So even if it wasn't as good as you wanted it to be, you actually did more than some other people. I'm not pointing anyone out. I'm just saying anyone who finds it crappy or anything like that wants to rag on it, whatever, you actually did a lot more for it than other people did. And good or not, I mean, you did something. You know, it's not easy. So it was a good effort. It was.
Put yourself out there. So
yeah, no, it was good. I mean, I honestly wish I could have been there to help out, because I like that kind of stuff, but I wasn't able to. I was out of my house. But you know, it was a good effort. It's just it didn't go your way. And I'm sorry I'm stuck in my face. I haven't had dinner all day. But other than that, though, looking back on it, you know, taking a look at everything. Shut up. Leave me alone.
So professional.
But looking back at how everything was put together, you guys actually did a very good job. So you guys get a thumbs up from Dudley.
And Dudley, thanks for putting on your shirt tonight too, buddy.
You know, I'm looking at it right now, but it's all the way over there.
You're the seediest lazy person I know.
I just want to give a shout out to the 7 guys who viewed between the first game and then the 11 that I had for the second game, for at least bearing with me and trying to watch it and listening in. They're probably watching the actual stream and listening to my commentary like separately and just listening to the commentary part. But like, my bad, guys. Like I did my best, and shout out to you guys for actually trying to stick up with me. But, all right. That's it for All-Star recap. Congratulations, Pacific. You guys are the All-Star champions. Grandpa Puff got MVP because he led in 1 goal on 19 shots in 2 games. So shout out to you. And then now we're sending it over to Risto for AIDS with Risto.
All right. First time talking the entire show right now. Brody's going to yell at me for this one. So we got actually 3 AIDS this week, including, but not limited to, AIDS awareness, Gabella, and Buck. So we're going to start it off. We're going to start with AIDS awareness. Yesterday was AIDS Awareness Day, national, I believe it was. And I just want to congratulate everybody. That's about it for that one, honestly.
What, for having AIDS?
Congratulate for having AIDS?
Hey, no, we're celebrating.
Way to go, buddy.
Congratulations for contracting the virus. You are number 1.
No, we're thinking about the people who have died to AIDS, and it's commemorating.
Good.
I guess is the right word. Or not celebrating, but you know what I mean. Mourning. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we know what you're saying, but we're not going to take it.
No, absolutely
This is the opportunity to roast you a little bit. That's fun.
All right, that's cool. I'm just going to take it and just run with it here. So next up, we have Gabella. So this isn't even AHL related. We're going to go to FNP here. So this man, he's my FNP assistant for staff member for 3 weeks. The guy shows up the first week. I help him out. I trained him, I guess you call it, or whatever, to fucking do the tools. And then all of a sudden he disappears on me when I actually needed him to help me because I had real shit. So I'm here stuck. I had to get Williams to help me out. Big thanks to him for that one. And yeah, that's just pretty AIDS. The guy kind of just disappeared and wasn't replying to a bunch of shit. So yeah. And
all from Fruit Snacks?
No, I didn't actually. I'm gonna need some.
Should have done.
Yeah.
You work for Fruit Snacks.
You're not wrong.
Notorious knows, man, with Gabella.
You got to know how to manage these guys. Yeah,
I'm still learning here. Then we got the last but not least, certainly, is the streams. Earlier we were talking about the Buck. Not going to go into too much detail as we already know how AIDS it was, but I'm going to give it about an 8 out of 10 on the AIDS scale because, wow.
Oh, man.
So,
an 8 out of 10, that would be like the opposite of like Magic Johnson, right? Because he's like a 2 now, a 1 or 2 out of 10. So you're on the other end of the scale here. You're like, I have not been taking the high-end drugs. Age.
It's not an 8 out of 10. It's an AIDS out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Mostly because myself and Pivot did the commentary for playoffs last season, and I set it up within 5 minutes, and watched the stream, and it was no problems. So I'm just gonna give Buck shit for not being able to set it up correctly.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
I asked for help and I didn't
I'll
get
teach
any.
you, Buck.
So
there you go. See, Risto just said he's going to help you next time.
Oh boy.
next time,
That
we'll
is
look at
on
this.
tape. That's filmed, locked and loaded. Risto Buck.
Last but not least, for Aids with Bristow, just a selfish plug here. I am looking for another FMP staff member to help me out, as I'm available every fucking Friday. So the occasional Friday I actually do need help. So if someone's interested, just PM me. That's it.
All right. Moving on, we have our actual discussion topic this week. We're going to discuss the holiday schedule voting because so the league is going to have a break for Christmas, obviously, and that's between round 1 and round 2 of playoffs. For myself, for Dudley, for Notorious, this has no effect for us.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And so the vote is that they want to start second round of playoffs either on January 1st or January 7th. And right now, like right before the show, I told the boys the numbers. Right now, there's 490 votes for January 7th and 433 for January 1st. Personally, myself, I'm not in playoffs. I still voted for January 7th because I don't think guys would want to play on the 1st, regardless of it being 9 p.m., 10 p.m. It's still very, like, the day after New Year's Eve where people get hammered out of their minds. And I think availability would be AIDS that day. What are your guys' thoughts on that, though? Anyone?
I think it should be the 7th, even if I don't know how far. I hope we make it second round, but I don't really know. Who the fuck knows? But 7th would definitely be better for everybody, considering first is a holiday and there's going to be a bunch of partying going into the next day. Even after that, there's going to be New Year's Eve hangovers. Even though I don't drink, obviously, I'm only 17, but you already know that's going to happen with people. And then that's just going to bleed into the second day.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think no, the 7th is perfect because again, like Risto said, you know, you come off of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Even I don't party on New Year's Eve, and even on the day of, you know, when I wake up the next day, you don't want to do anything. You know,
No.
not to say that LG feels like a job. It doesn't feel like a job, but it is a commitment. So you don't want to have to do that on a holiday. You know, you know, your head could be hurting from a hangover, or you know, you're going to be with family. Where people do stuff on New Year's, surprisingly enough, just because it's New Year's and there's nothing else to do since it's the end of the holiday season. But more than likely, people still want to go and do stuff. And in terms of availability and being a manager, you know, if I had to deal with, you know, getting games on during the night and half my team isn't on, how does that look for me? How does that look for us? How does that look for the website? It doesn't help. January 7th is better because you know why? It'll be a full couple days after, and people will have to get back to their lives, and they'll be able to come on at a regular time at night and play. You know, who wants to play a video game at 9:45 on New Year's Day? People still do stuff. You know.
I'll say this much. It doesn't matter to me either way. Obviously, because we're not going to make playoffs, but also because I don't care when I play. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. Like I'm in my house. Only time I'm not in the house is when I'm at work. So it really doesn't matter to me. With that being said, though, my vote is for sale. If anybody wants me to log a vote on the website, I will be posting below this here my PayPal information. Top bid is going to get my vote. So I'll, you know, if you want to sway the vote, hey, hit me up, PayPal.
Yeah, no, what I was thinking myself was a lot of these votes I find myself, I think, are coming from kids that are already eliminated from playoffs, so they just don't want to wait that extra week for the season to end. They just want to get it over with, and so they can start the new season. Or it's we have a lot of young players in our league that are below 18 that probably don't go out and party as hard as some of us younger adults that are between 19 and 25. Sorry, Risto.
It's okay.
But again, a huge, like I was saying, a huge majority of our players, especially in the NHL, like a lot of the top NHLers are younger players, and I think they just want to get back to playing as where a few of us will need the recovery day. So, I mean, it is a close vote, and it shouldn't be this close. But I kind of see both sides of it as where because there's a lot of young players that want to play, but then there's the ones that just don't want to wait the extra week. So it's kind of.
But I mean, what's so hard about waiting an extra week? If you live for it, you can wait an extra week. Come on, really?
I live for it too much.
Yeah, if you live for it, you can wait another week.
Why is the vote so close? Like I would have thought that a lot more people would have been voting for the 7th.
That's what I'm saying.
It's strange,
like,
really.
We're sitting at
because you have it's amazing how this problem always, it's not a problem per se, but this topic comes up year after year. I've been doing this LG VHL stuff for a while now, hashtag no life, but every year that we've done it, every year we get the same question. Are we going to play on Christmas break? Are we going to play on American Thanksgiving? Are we going to play on Canadian Thanksgiving? Are we going to play on New Year's Day? Is Valentine's Day off the table? Yes, there was one time where there was a discussion about Valentine's Day, people not playing. I remember that. That wasn't too long ago.
Yep.
So, there has to be something in place, something steady. I know we already have the Christmas break settled. Before, if I'm correct, it would only be, I think, just the Christmas day was off, and then we would have to play.
The 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah, and then the next. I mean, even if you want to go back further, it was only just Christmas, and people would end up playing the day after, but availability was still crap. So I think.
Yeah, because a lot of people are going family vacations.
Yeah, exactly. So they had to put that in, but before it was different. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's this happens every year. It's gonna happen the next year. And the next year that LG's around, until the world ends and LG stops, this is going to keep happening. So the best thing to do is just put something there that says, hey, regardless of what it is, it's a holiday and we're going to keep it delayed. If you live for it, you can wait another week. You are not going to die.
Here's my thought. Why do you have to delay it another week? Why not just take that day off? Why not start till the 2nd? Or
yeah,
that's an interesting point.
Why not do that in like the 2 or 3 games, whatever you were going to play on that one day, that Sunday, spread them out so you play, 3-2 or something. Or
but I think
the
though.
Thing with that, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The thing with that, they're saying they want to start it on the 1st, but the 1st is a Monday.
Oh, okay.
The 31st being the 31st, 7th is a Sunday.
Oh,
Monday.
well.
So that if we started it the 2nd, there would be a Tuesday. Then we'd have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday games. Saturday off. Sunday we'd restart again.
So there's almost no reason.
Nobody's playing on New Year's Eve. So
why not do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 games a night?
Yeah, but that's a little much. That ends up becoming
playoffs.
A little much. Yeah, especially for playoffs because
you got to do line matching and all that. It's tough.
So it's better. It's
not my concern.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to keep saying it. We know. But
I've never concerned myself with playoffs. I don't know why.
When it comes to logistics, yes, the 7th also makes more sense because again, it is a Sunday, so you want to get that whole week of action, and not have to push anything down. We had that one week where I think the EA servers were down, or when the LG website was down, and we had to start everything on a Monday, and it kind of pushed everything, and it pushed us into that Thursday. Not to say it was hard. But it's a little more difficult than a regular week ending on Wednesday would be. So it's better off to, instead of having an incomplete week, just wait a week, let everybody chill out from the holidays, get your availability right, and then you start on the 7th. As simple as that. Easy as cheese. Peace and hair grease. Easy.
I don't see the logic in starting out on Monday either, to be honest. Like, we've been doing it Sunday through Wednesday the entire season, and I know we used to do it on Thursdays, but now everyone's been accustomed to it. They might have shit going on Thursdays now. Like, I just say keep it on Sunday through Wednesday.
Agreed.
Also, do we know the playoff format yet? I don't think we know the number yet, right? Like,
I believe it's 2-2-2-1 is going to be the way.
2-2-2-1, yeah.
Okay, so Game 7 would be Wednesday then.
Regardless.
All
right. Any final comments before we end the show here, boys?
We're salty.
We already have a beard on the show. He couldn't come on and compete with that one.
I just a quick little thank you to the guys on Access. I was watching the show today. They said some fairly kind things about me. So
and said nothing about me.
About your partner,
they didn't say anything about Dudley that I remember.
Hey,
so.
hey, everybody! Guess what? I'm still the GM of Tucson. Everybody.
Yeah, nobody cares, Dudley.
Yeah, I know. Shut your face, man. I get it.
We all feel bad for Notorious because he had to put up with you. So, I'd like to give a shout out to Notorious's putter. It's a beautiful club. So, what a beauty of a thing. So
It's a Jazz, beautiful handcrafted tool here. I've sunk many 2 and 3 putts on many greens. So,
in your dreams.
what are you talking about? 2 and 3 putts, that's accessible.
he has a lot of practice not being in playoffs and LG.
Oh, my stroke is amazing.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah. Video to follow.
Please, let's
Oh,
not go
God.
there.
Oh, this is no longer PG-13.
All right. And without further ado, guys, thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of LG Overdrive. We'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully, we have a bigger panel. And we'll see you guys next.
Au revoir.